Ladies and gentlemen, Kim here. Welcome to the daily update. Hope you guys had a good day trading today. Market is down about 0.6% there on the S&P, Nasdaq, about same. Semiconductor looks like only index here on this list with the green print there, but pretty much flat. Dow's down same. Russell 2000 down 1%. Transport 0.7. Banks down about 0.5% there. Energy did get hit a little bit harder today, 1.5% negative. Biotech down 0.7. Healthcare 0.4. Home builders 0.7. Utility a little bit. Retail also got hit harder today, 1.8%. Emerging market down about a 1% there. Bitcoin is down 3.3. Gold flat. Silver miners down close to 1% there. Dollar slightly up. Oil's down 0.6, Treasury bond up a little bit. VIX popped 12% positive today. Let's stick with the S&P 500 ETF. Spider 65-minute chart here. So this is where we closed yesterday, and it looks like we saw a slight gap down, right? This is where it closed, and then that's where it opened. Little fluctuations, came back down. We kind of lost that micro-term pivot. And then looks like there's some dip buying activities that occurred earlier today, the first and second hour. Well, that's the first hour. Well, that's the first hour, second hour. So second and third hour, a little bit of dip buying activities occurred, but was not able to find that traction. So you can see fourth hour, fifth hour, sixth hour, we continue lower to the downside. And so, but however, despite the fact that we did see a little bit of downturn today, S&P down about 0.6% today. We are still holding above my short-term moving average. We talked about that on the last night's update, and we also talked about there might be having some kind of a bearish divergence. We talked about with the oscillator, if should there be any kind of slide, we're going to look for the short-term moving average residing at 445 or so, and then obviously the gap area is around 445. So let's zoom out here a little bit. Maybe we'll get a little bit of better idea where we're at overall. So we slightly made the all-time highs right here last couple days. And then we made another new all-time high print, and then looks like we're falling back down. Again, this has been the story this entire year. Market pulls back, makes new all-time highs, comes right back down, moves sideways a little bit, goes right back up. So that's kind of what we talked about yesterday. I think market is still trying to figure out, potentially correcting through time and correcting through these short-term fluctuations and before finding its traction to the upside. Keep in mind, both of my short-term moving averages are still rising while the price staying above it. We got the gap area still open. So despite the fact that we did see some decline today, a little bit of slide today, we want to continue to give benefit of the doubt to the buyers. Obviously, if you're a bear, if you're a seller, you really want to see a lower prices. First things first, you want to make sure this gap remains open. This is going to be important gap. That's a pretty sizable gap. So that's what the bears want to see, is filling this gap to kind of kill that upside momentum. Obviously, for bulls, you want to do the opposite of that to protect this gap. If we can protect this gap, it can be partially filled. Maybe like, 30, 40, 50% of it maybe filled is okay. Because I think, what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this right here. Because you can see all throughout second half of August, so this month, second of this month, it's pretty much like a mid-August here, right? It's been getting rejected in that vicinity. You can see we saw a gap down, and then, buyers attempted to put the price up, got rejected here, got rejected here, got rejected there. So that's the 444 level. Let's say if the bears bring it down rather rapidly tomorrow morning, obviously we have that short-term moving average currently, we're sitting right above it. If we lose that 445, and the next level of support is 444.40, which is coinciding with that level, is because this prior resistance could potentially act as new support, and that's the vicinity where I see my secondary short-term moving average is guarding that vicinity of 443.95. And at the same time, bulls want to make sure you want to save some gap, right? It will be better if bulls can make sure to protect some of the gap make sure bears don't fill the entirety of that gap. It'll be best if bulls can make sure don't even let the bears get near it and maybe just bounce right on the short-term moving average. So, we talked about, we had a nice rally last week, and so, market is kind of taking a breather, a little bit of correction, a little bit of pullback in the micro term, and to maybe cultivate that higher low. We need to see that higher lows and higher highs. You must learn to embrace these pullbacks if you want to truly see, this market establish an uptrend, right? And the market needs to see that rest and then see that higher low, cultivate that, and make a higher high. In that process, the market can get back into, or continue to, continue in that fashion, that uptrend fashion. So that's kind of what I think it's doing. If I zoom out here, I'll give you kind of quick recap of what happened on the last pullback. So you can see this is you saw that little quick plunge, similar to here, right? Rather fast plunge here, boom, 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 big gap down, and then quickly we got up, right? We gapped down, came down quickly, but we quickly got up also. So you see a move, you see that move, right? And then all that moving averages here, it got reclaimed, and then we continue to make a move. What happens to price action? Comes down, retest, right? Retest, right? And then market finds a traction for a week or two, something like that. And I think, again, with that V-shaped reversal, market needs to cultivate that higher low. And I think that's kind of what it's doing. We saw that V-shaped reversal, and market needs to kind of find some traction, look for that higher low, establish, and then cultivate that before it can make a move to the ups. And I think one of the reason is because the oscillator was overbought. It didn't stay too long. We stayed there quickly here, and then the oscillator started tanking here. And similar thing happened. Just because oscillator tanking does not mean the trend is dismantled. Remember, same thing happened right here on this decline. This oscillator did come down, but remember, the price never gone below my short-term moving average. You see that right there? That's where we at right now. And it's interesting to note that the oscillator is exactly the same level. This is not a coincidence. This is not a mistake. This is not a random occurrence where we saw that reversal here. Market pulls back, retest my short-term moving average. Same thing happened here. We saw the reversal here, comes back down, retest short-term moving average, and my oscillator right in that same level as where it was in July 27. So what he's saying is the market is doing what it did back in July 27, but we have to understand sometimes market does not repeat, it rhymes. So market could do something different, but at least we know that market is kind of mimicking what it did back in late July there. So if we do see a bounce tomorrow, some kind of a gap up, some kind of first 2 hours of move, there's a good chance this thing gets back up to the all-time highs and possibly come back down, retest some shenanigan or something like that before finding a traction. We talked about that. We established the fact that we may see something like this, 2 updates ago. To this, and it already looks like it's going to be similar to what we saw in late July and the first part of August. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens in this vicinity here. We got that short-term moving average there, gap area 445, 444. Those are the levels that bulls want to hold. Bears obviously want to just come straight down, breaking all of those. But when the market, when the trend is up, and we do want to give benefit of the doubt to the bar, despite the fact that we see these pullbacks. That's a low, that's a higher low, right? That's a high, that's a higher high, that's a higher high. We are in a midterm uptrend. Let's continue to give benefit of the doubt to the buyers. Let's see what happens tomorrow. So tomorrow is Friday, right? So yes, there won't be no video on Fridays. So I'll be coming back for you on Monday, right? So tomorrow I'll tweet things out at 2K Kim, and I'll do a little bit of commentary, show you guys where that oscillator is, where the price is, if the price is holding on that short-term moving average, if price is holding above some of the gap area. So you can follow me at 2K Kim on Twitter and StockTwits. We'll go from there. Enjoy this evening. Good luck trading tomorrow. Have a wonderful